Hi guys, it's art time with Mr. Mom again, and today we're going to do art activity that involves a lot of tearing, and it's based on you can use Google or YouTube, and if you want to know, it's based on this story, "Planting a Rainbow" by Louise Eller, and yeah, if you search it and you look for it, there's a nice little story. It's a nice little story about how you can plant using a rainbow. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do something to kind of look at the process of planting from the different stages that a plant might grow. So we're going to be constructing this activity here. So you can also look up the story on YouTube and uh, you know find out a little bit more about it. So I'm going to stop this here so we can begin. Now it's always good, just like every chef, you should always have your ingredients or materials prepared for you. So what we're gonna need is you can use a pencil or a marker. This is just to write your name in the title, and you'll need some glue. Okay, and you're definitely gonna need your fingers because we're gonna do a lot of tearing. So normally for my students, I will pack this up like this for them to, because of COVID and everything, we do a lot of online. So they should have received an envelope like this that's packed with the first part of the materials, because this will be in two different stages or two or three different stages, just like how the life cycle of a plant might be. And here you'll need some colored paper, and in the packet we have these little bits here. So you got to be careful with these because they're very small and tiny, so they're easy to get lost. So I put a paper clip on them so you can still continue keeping the paper clip. So this is what we have. This is going to be our paper right here. And then this is a brown color. What is brown? What do you think this brown color will be used for? If you said the word soil, you are correct. We're going to be using this for the soil. Okay, and we don't need scissors for any of this, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why in a minute. So you have your piece of paper here, and it's already kind of folded in half for you. So the first thing you're going to do, this is what I call it could be the kind of a representation of the air, the sky, or the sky, and maybe even water. We get to light blue paper, construction paper, color paper. So what are you going to do is you're going to fold your paper. Now there's two sides here. There's the long side and there's a short side. So we're going to do a hamburger fold. We're going to fold it on the short side like this. So when we fold on the short side, I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. So now it becomes shorter like this. What we're going to do again is we're going to fold it in half again. So again, the long side and the short side. Now we're going to do a hot dog fold, which is folding it in half on the long side. Okay, kind of press down, crease the edges here. That helps. We're not done yet. So again, long side, short side, we're going to make another hot dog fold. And now it's almost going to be almost the size of a ruler. It's almost like the size of a ruler here. Okay, so that's it. Now when we open this up, how many rows or how many long rectangles are we going to have when we open it up? Let's find out. So when you open it up, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are going to help us show the different stages of the plant cycle, okay, our rainbow plant. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to write my name on it. So I'm going to write my name. You can put your name in your class. So let's see, I'm going to put a title first so I can write it up here, Planting a Rainbow. So title, I'll put quotations, Planting a Rainbow. And the reason I'm writing it on this side, on the left side, is because the first two areas here is going to be dedicated to the bud itself and just kind of a small sprout. So the artwork won't reach up to here, so it's okay. And then I'm going to write my name. I can write my name across here if I wanted to. So I'm going to write my name here, Mr. M, and my class, art time. Okay. So now let's begin. So that's the last thing that I need this for. So what we're going to do with this paper, once you've done the 8 folds, to get the folds to get 8 rectangles from folding it. We have this paper now. How this is going to be, what do we need? What do we need when we are going to plant a seed? First we need soil, okay? So we definitely going to need some soil. So this is going to be the soil, this is going to be the ground. Now, but this doesn't fit. This doesn't fit into my page. It doesn't fit all of it. So what can I do here? So what I'm going to do is you're going to use your finger and tear pieces of it off, okay? So the reason why we tear it is because it creates a very nice texture here. Like when you cut it, you get sharp edges like this. But when you tear it, the paper itself starts to frizzle, so it creates a nice texture. So what we're doing is we're tearing a little piece out, and we're going to put it onto the bottom of the page here. And this is going to be our creation of the soil. So I'll take my glue, and I'll maybe do the top part. So I don't want the soil to go too high, and I don't want it to be too low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continually tear more pieces out. The size can be different. They can overlap and overlay each other as well. So just like that. So undo the same thing. Now it can get, this could be, it could take a while, but this is good practice for you to tear and stick, okay? We'll just tear it and we'll stick it on there. Okay, so I'm just kind of doing the top part, and then I'm going to fill the rest of this down. So I think you get the idea. Now there's another trick that you can do as well if you want to go a little bit faster. You can put the glue onto the paper first. Don't glue everything, just glue the areas that you're going to work on right now. And then when you tear the paper, just stick it on. So I can go a little bit faster now because I'm not worried about gluing the pieces. So make sure it's nice and glued. Sometimes I would say hold it there for a couple of seconds. But for right now, I'm just going to try to move a little bit faster. Okay. So I'm going so fast I could actually add some more glue. Now it's also okay for you to try to use the entire sheet of paper, which is like, I think it was like half of an A4, a little bit smaller than A4 size. So it's okay. Just tear out little bits of little bits to make the soil. It's okay for the soil to overlap each other because it kind of gives it texture, and that's fine. So keep tearing. Okay, so I've adjusted the camera a little bit, and I've already went ahead and kept tearing more small pieces of soil, dirt, to put into there. And you can see that I'm nearly finished, but there's a lot of little light blue gaps coming through. So you want to cover all that up. Now it's always good to tear small pieces because it gives it a nicer look and texture. Because if you use a big piece like that, if you tore a big piece like this and you just put it over there, it kind of it takes away the individual soil look to it. So it's always nice to tear smaller pieces. Now the other thing that I have here is that I'm going to close these gaps off. So again, I'm going to go ahead and tear these little pieces. Use my glue stick. Put it on here. Okay, so now I'm going to try to close up some of these gaps that I have there. Okay. So glue there. Don't try to put all your glue at the same time. Just put the glue in the area that you want to work on it right now, because otherwise the area that you do glue, you might not get it to it fast enough before the glue dries. So give a little bit of time. Work in small areas first, and areas that are difficult to glue. When you turn the paper, just put a bit of glue on there real quick. Stick it on there. Okay, I don't recommend gluing the paper and then tearing it, because what ends up happening is your hands gets really, really sticky because when you're tearing it, you're getting glue all over your hand. So this way I prefer just to tear bit by bit. You could make it a little bit bigger than the way I'm tearing it. I can go a little bit bigger. Let's try a little bit bigger here. So this is bigger than the other ones, but it will help to close off the gaps. And what you try to do is try to use all your brown paper to fill up your soil. Oh, look at that. I just glued it, and now it's going to be very sticky when I pull it off. Okay. Going too fast. All right. So my hand is getting a little bit sticky because now it's like when I'm trying to push it down, it kind of lifts it up, but that's okay. Just use the other fingers. Make sure your soil is nice and compact. Be sure that you put enough glue on there so that the soil, the bits of the soil doesn't fall off when you lift your paper. Okay. So I'm almost finished with my brown paper here. You can see that the soil, it shows layers, so it's a lot more interesting where you can see different layers and everything. So I still have a little bit of light blue shining through, and that's okay. If you want to, you can cover them up. But just for the sake of moving along in this video, I'm just gonna leave a little bit because I'm also running out of brown paper here because I might have overlapped some a lot more. Okay. A little bit too much overlap in some of it. Might be more than 1 or 2 layers, maybe 3 layers, and that's just building up. But that's also okay because it's nice to have different layers. So I'm almost done here. Running out of brown paper. This is all I have left. So that's what you need your fingers for. Tearing it apart. Okay. Just a little bit more here. That's it. 2 more pieces to stick on. I got most of the blue area. I don't like this blue area here. Now, of course, if you really wanted to cover everything up, no blue pieces sticking through, if you have some extra more brown paper, you can even use a paper bag, which is kind of a brownish color. It's a nice color to use. It's okay to use different color brown paper for here to create the soil. So this is it. You've done what you've created, is you've created your soil. Now we need to plant our buds. So this is the where, whoops, this came off. This is the next part, and these are the little color pieces that you have here, and you can choose whichever one. Now these are kind of cut already. I prepared them in kind of a square piece, but we want to make them to be more rounded. So you have 2 things you can do here. You can kind of fold them to make them, try to fold them to make them like a circle to make it more rounded. So this one I'll fold. Okay, you can fold it like this. Okay, so I'm going to put some more glue. And this is what I mean by the sections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So starting from this side, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to glue my first, or plant my first seed in the first row only. Okay, so I put that in there like that. Okay, so make sure it's nice and glued in. And so now what we're going to do, we are going to put a different color in each one. So for this one, I'm going to show you that it's also okay to tear it. Try to tear the corners off, because again, what I like about the tear is it creates a nice texture. It gives it that fuzzy edge to it. So I'll tear that part off. So I've got something that looks close enough to a seed to me. It's kind of oval shape. Oh, I forgot to show you the trick about the glue, because my hand's got glue all over it. So I'm gonna glue that one into the second row here. So put it down there like that, next to the other one, in line, and then I'll do the same. So guys, if you got glue on your fingers like I do here, just do this. So see, the glue's actually got a piece of the paper there. So all you need to do is just rub your fingers together. Rub your fingers together, and then the heat that it creates, if you rub it fast enough, dries up the glue, and the glue just comes off. So you see, this is just the glue, okay, and the brown color from the brown paper. So the glue. So this is one trick without having to go to the toilet, going to the sink to wash your hands. You just rub your fingers together, and you see the glue particles are falling off of my finger now because they've heated up or they've dried up. Okay, so continuing on, I'm going to go ahead and I'll tear my seeds. So I'm making seeds here. Try to get like a oval shape if you can. If you can't, the closest is good. So because seeds also come in different shapes and different sizes. So there's one there. 1, 2, 3. If you want to, another idea you can do is just crumble up your paper. Try to make it into like a ball, like this. So I've just kind of crumbled it up now. I'm kind of opening it back up, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that on there. Okay. There's so many different ways you can try. So I've got 1 column, 2, 3. The 4th column is over here. So I'm planting that one there. A little bit of soil's coming up. Glue that back down. Okay. Little pieces here I don't need. All right. Okay, so do the same thing with this one. So let's try tearing it again. Tearing into a circle shape, oval shape, I mean. There we go. There, I kind of like that one. Put the other pieces over here. So another one here. So here I am, I'm planting the seeds now. Okay, so what's the next color? So I'll do another one. I'll try to make a ball again. Just crumble it up into a ball. I think this could be a really tiny seed. This is really small. Okay, so I could do something like that as well. Kind of have to open it up a little bit. Put the glue on. Kind of open it up, put the glue on. Put it into the next column. Okay. Maybe, okay, so try to also do the same thing. I'm trying to make this one more of a circle. Tearing, it's kind of nice. I like the fuzzy texture. Okay, this one's really, okay, I really got a pretty nice circle with this one. Okay, that's the second to last one. And then this is the last one, the last seed we're going to plant for today. Okay, so I've got that one too. Glue that, stick it over here, and let's clean this off. And I pretty much, there it is. I created my soil, I planted my seeds, and we're gonna take a break and stop right here because you probably spent a lot of time, you should have spent a lot of time putting the soil on and to try to get it this nice texture. If you have any pieces that might be loose like this, you can take your glue, stick them down again, okay? Try to make sure that they stay on there so they don't fall off. This one's a little bit loose, so I'll get that one back on there like that. Okay, so just making sure. So that's it. We're gonna take a break at this stage, and then we'll continue the next part about, you know, you're planting a rainbow. And do check out the YouTube video for the storybook because it goes along with the activity we're doing. Okay, I'll be back.